Nunes drops a scorching hot nuke on CNN when they patronize his Fisa memo, by Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. Patriot and truth seeker Devin Nunes isn't messing around when it comes to getting to the bottom of the Soygate Fisa memo. No one has worked harder to get to the truth than Nunes, and he certainly will not allow the likes of fake news CNN patronize him and his hard work on uncovering the truth. From the Washington Examiner, Representative Devin Nunes clashed with CNN as the cable news network pressed the House Intelligence Committee chairman to answer for a memo his panel released earlier this year on alleged surveillance abuse. He attacked CNN, said senior congressional correspondent Manu Raj said Monday evening after tailing Nunes on Capitol Hill and failing to get the response he was seeking about whether he still stood by the memo. Do you really think I'm going to talk to the leading Democratic Party propaganda, said Nunes. Response according to a clip aired on CNN. Wow, he said it. I'm going to talk to the leading Democratic Party propaganda. Wow.
For a guy who claims to have had almost nothing to do with anything when it comes to either Russia or the Trump campaign, Carter Page has certainly played at least one major role. He's been in many ways first so-called victim in President Trump's demonology of the Russia probe. Now, in the president's view, the surveillance warrants targeting him, Carter Page, were kind of original sin, obtained, said the president and others, under false pretenses, which tainted everything else. Now, that was a view trumpeted by Congressman Devin Nunes, chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, and it's an easy case to make when hard facts are in short supply. He made it loudly on Fox News and partisan committee reports and public statements echoed by the president and members of the GOP. Not here, though. He won't come on the program, even though we invite him on a regular basis, including tonight. Over the weekend, though, we got some hard facts. The 412 pages of supporting documents for warrants against Carter Page. And keep it honest, they're not kind to Congressman Devin Nunes' claims. As to his claim that the FBI was biased in seeking to monitor Page, the documents give a very good reason. According to the filing, the FBI had evidence showing Page was, quote, the subject of targeted recruitment by the Russian government. And 4 Republican-appointed judges agreed. Republican-appointed judges. The documents also undermine Nunes' claims that the Steele dossier was why the government sought the warrants and that the political motivations behind the dossier were concealed from the court. They show the court was informed. In short, even these highly redacted documents, and they are highly redacted, have enough in them to discredit much of the case that Nunes has been making. The question is, what does the chairman actually have to say about it? Since he wouldn't join us tonight, we asked CNN's Manu Raju to go to him. So you talked to the congressman tonight, or at least you tried to. What did he say or not say?
Well, he didn't want to engage Anderson. This has really been a pattern for Devin Nunes ever since he temporarily stepped aside from running the Russia investigation last year, facing a swarm of controversy. And reporters have a lot of questions for him, given the fact that his actions are highly consequential. They get the president riled up. It's an apparent effort to undermine the Russia investigation, to undermine the Mueller investigation. But today, when I tried to ask him specifically, do you still stand by all of the contents of your memo, and despite what was seen in the underlying facts of this Carter Page Fisa application, instead he attacked CNN.
Do you really think I'm going to talk to the leading Democratic Party propaganda?
That was it? That was it? That's all I got?
That's pretty much it. I mean, and then afterwards I tried to ask him specifically, Anderson, whether or not he actually read that surveillance warrant application.
Right, there's a lot of reports that he actually doesn't read a lot of the documents he has requested.
That's right, and we reported that earlier this year too. Despite his request, he does not read those. He relies on Trey Gowdy, the Republican, to read it instead. And he acknowledged not reading this same document earlier this year when he wrote his memo that was based on the underlying the application to surveil Carter Page. He would not answer that question today. Anderson said that I was ignoring the criticism that he was trying to level against CNN, and he walked onto the House floor not wanting to engage any further.
Do we know why he doesn't read and why he relies on Trey Gowdy to read?
He's never quite answered that question either, Anderson. I've asked that directly to him, and again, instead of engaging, he just attacks,
right.
and he relies on Gowdy.
He didn't seem like he was attacking.
Yeah.
He was laughing at you.
I want to appreciate the attempt. Thank you very much.
He was laughing at you guys if you saw it. He said, I'm not going, do you actually, you really think I'm going to talk to the leading Democratic Party propaganda? And you see how they're trying to spin everything, okay? So he's saying at the time Nunes said the Fisa court was misled and berated the media for the negative coverage of the memo because that's the truth. Anyway, guess what? They refused to run the statement, Nunes added. This is another great example of fake and fraudulent news. Also, when asked, my office gave them this quote, CNN's slavish adherence to the Democrats' comical talking points is an amazing sight to behold. Guess what? They refused to run the statement. This is another great example of fake news and fraudulent news. Wow, they left it out, huh? Let's see if we can get it to play here. Sorry.
Leading Democratic Party propaganda. Do you really think I'm going to talk to the leading Democratic Party?
I thought they put something else in there. Anyway, Raju did mention in brief while speaking with CNN's Wolf Blitzer during the afternoon Monday that Nunes' office attacked the question and CNN, instead of focusing on the apparent contradictions about which they were asked. Nunes, who in the past couple days called for all redactions to be eliminated, accused certain members of the press of working for the Democratic Party during a Fox News interview Monday evening. He also stressed that Page, who has not been charged with any crimes and denies having worked as a Russian agent, had his rights abused and condemned federal officials for using a word puzzle to obfuscate certain facts in their FISA warrant application. Listen, the whole thing is they're trying to discredit everything. It ain't going to work. Facts are facts. And Nunes doesn't seem stressed at all. And, you can only push your propaganda so far, CNN. It isn't really going to work that well in the long run because your narrative is already starting to fall apart and fall apart big time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.